Alright, Vipers Whip back here. I've restarted. There was a big patch for FM26. I also used the pregame editor to change one thing. I gave us a rich owner because Sunderland does have a very, 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 very rich owner. He's not like oil Saudi money owner, like rich, but many billions of dollars owner. And that's why, well, majority owner. The old owner still owns part of the team. But the dinky little 105,000 we had for transfers and $1,000 in wage budget and all that was just, it's not the reality. I've looked into it. Even the women have more money available. They don't use it properly, but they have the money available. The women are very poorly managed. The men, though, as you can see, they got Regis, and he is a terrific manager. He got promoted in his first season with Sunderland, and he did something crazy. He had people that, like his best players and more like first team players, were either injured or just not playing quite up to par near the end of the season. They were guaranteed a playoff spot. Us fans started to get worried because we knew our best players were sitting out, but we lost like 6 matches in a row going into the playoffs. And then all those guys came back and we won in the playoffs. So the ownership stuck by him doing that. And then they did a lot of business in the summer. They brought in some really good players. They have really good scouting staff. And they were able to go to the Premier League. They're doing well in the Premier League. They even did some business in this transfer window. We're not over the transfer window yet. So they could still do more deals. And hopefully the women do some deals because, boy, I don't think they're in danger of getting relegated anymore. I have to go look. Out of the WSL2. They need a new manager for the women. Someone who's a bit more aggressive. Because it's kind of embarrassing. Their team right now. And I'm sure, but they have a very rich owner. So £4 million for the balance of the team, having a transfer budget. This is just from choosing a rich benefactor in the pregame editor. I got money for running the team, right? Which they have in real life, by the way. Now we're going to have a basically negative balance as we try to move forward and get more fans and get more people to watch the team. Like, I'm not going to go ask him to build us a new stadium until we're in the Champions League more often. Well, we're not in it at all right now. But it wasn't true that the Sunderland women's team was struggling for money. That was false. I don't know why FM put it in this way. There's a multi-billionaire owner. And I've looked. The women's team has money available. They just did not spend it properly. Or at all, really. I don't know what's going on with the team. They're poorly managed, like I said. So, rich owner gave us money. We can't spend that money. Nobody wants to play for Sunderland. That's probably one of the problems they have in real life. Although if you're waving money around, they will come and play for you. I don't think that they did a good job. Sunderland is a great football community, but maybe they don't want to go. Is it a build it and they will come thing where you're playing in the stinky 2,500 person stadium? You don't fill it. I mean, I don't want Sunderland to build the women a facility and like that holds 40,000 people and only 2,500 people show up. There are teams like that in the league. I just like to believe that people would show up if there was a better product on the field and there was like room to sit. There is some seats for fans and then there's a lot of standing room. I don't know. One day maybe I'll be able to go over there and actually go to a game. I only know what I see on TV and what I see on YouTube and whatnot about the team. So we're starting our journey against... Who are we playing? I don't recognize the... Oh, Portsmouth. Okay. So we are going to the pregame conference here. I did some sales. I did 2 sales. Let me show you the squad. Let's go to squad registration. You have to have 15 dang English people on the team. So I went and got some Riglar, Pearce, Murphy, Gilmore. Yeah, they were just warm bodies to get us to the 15. Now they're all somewhat capable players. And I brought Watson up, O'Hanlon up. I didn't go get Clara this time. First of all, I changed my formation. I'll show it to you in a sec. But Clara can't... It's like a 10% chance she'll get a work permit. I could maybe get her after this year, but after this year, maybe there's other players we can get. I don't know. When we sell Priscilla, I wasn't able to sell Dale or Scar or like anyone else other than the 2 I always sell. Fenton and Griffiths always sell. And you have to get them out of the way. Fenton constantly misses the net. So does Finn, by the way, but I'm trying to... Finn will get replaced after this year. But I went and got Cordellino, who gets a work permit 20% of the time. Shit like this makes me want to use the in-game editor. I just don't trust that I would only use it to give her a work permit. So I loaned her out. And of course I got Priscilla, who always gets a work permit. I've never had her not get a work permit. Aline, by the way, is in a club now, so she's not available to just poach. There weren't many to poach, actually. One lady I couldn't afford, a Japanese lady, who wanted $3,500 or something per week or whatever, way over my wage budget. So, nope, couldn't get her. She would have signed a deal if I could pay that much. I can't, even with a rich owner. I'm not going to do that to the team. But I got Priscilla mostly as an investment for the future. But she rolled with 16 heading and only 10 jumping reach. I saw her recently in one of the tries. I with the new patch, I tried like 8 times to see how everything worked. And her stats roll in a range. She has the same cap every time. The potential ability is always the same, but it rolls in a range. But one time she had 16 jumping reach and 17 heading, for example. In a very plus side, you may remember from one of my episodes in the previous time I was playing this, that McInnes can roll with 16 finishing. And she did manage to do that this time. So that's pretty cool. But I mostly get Priscilla to sell. I've sold her for $800,000 before. So if we go to transfer room out, oh, not that room, transfer history maybe. So transfers out, this is including loans. So we only sold, or I guess people stole some of our kids maybe. Was this my kid and I let them take them? Kid? What? I didn't go through the under 21s. No, this is before I took over the team. Yeah, they didn't steal anybody like that from me. So these two, though, I went the Natasha Fenton deal. What? It's not showing the actual deal here. It was a deal for 120 and I think 60. Yeah, 60 after 20 games. So this amount will change to 180 at the end. This I got 325,000. I got 250,000, then some other stuff on. So this will come out to 325,000. You can see right there, her possible value was the highest I got. And I got her for just under 200K, which is fine because I just had to get her out of here. She was blocking McInnes basically. I was going to show you the tactic. And at any given time, all of these people are in the box. And this person will be right here, which is why I have to get rid of Finn. Because you can see she's terrible at shooting. Like, how do you make... How can you possibly play... I have a nephew. And he's smart, he's fast, he sees the field, but he's terrible with the ball at his feet. He makes terrible passes and he's a terrible shot. We're getting him some private tutoring. But yeah, he wouldn't make, like, this is how bad she is at that. She's fine at passing. If you can pass that well, how do you have 7 finishing? Just pass the ball into the net. It's not that hard. She sucks. She's going to be replaced probably by Lowry if I can pick her up again. So I have one wonder kid and one that's in the weeds that I'm going to try and get a work permit in November. She's going to fail again. So I don't know. I signed her for 4 years though, on the expectation I will either be able to sell her. You get her for free, and you can see she's already worth 250, 300K. And it'll just grow higher. I have her for 4 years. I'll send her on loan. I can send her on loan until she's like 20, and then she's going to want to play for our team or get transferred. But she might be worth 400 or 500K by then. Priscilla, I've sold for 800K. And that's the reason I have her. Even though I have a rich owner, I still have an obligation to make money for the team, right? I'm role-playing an actual manager. So this is quite a strong... I don't know why she was in that spot. This is quite a strong grouping. Let's try to quite a strong formation, but you can see this is a lot to go through. But it's vulnerable to counterattack, this tactic. Okay, it's very vulnerable. I got this from a fellow online. I'll post a link to his video. Scar is not great at defense, but because Cordellino can't play, she's kind of the best option there, and I can't trade her. Dell is going to poison the locker room. Her deal expires at the end of the season. I've never been able to transfer Dale. Even now, though, I have loaded a mod which added the Premier North, Premier South, Midland, Division North, Southeast, Southwest. So you can see it added a lot of leagues and teams into the game. And so these are a lot of teams that can take bad players, you know. But we haven't really seen a slough off to these teams. I didn't try and sell any really bad players. Maybe in the January transfer window, if I can get some more better players coming into the team, I will try that and see if they can disappear down into these leagues here. Because that's where... I don't want Roberts to leave my team, though, because if we go to our squad overview and we go to Rhiannon Roberts, she will make a terrific coach. So I'm going to try and train her as a coach and hire her as a coach. She's fairly determined, and you want a good personality for your coach. Her favorite tactic will be the tactic she played with us, probably, hopefully. That's one of the ways you can get a coach that plays a weird tactic, that favors a weird tactic. You get the best results from a coach that is familiar with your tactic. So, this weird tactic, 4-1-4-1, I don't see that very often. I kind of think of this as a 4-1-0-4-1, because there can be people here, which is the third line, and then there's the fourth line and fifth line in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I think there's a 0 there. But you can see we're okay. The stars are based kind of on the average in the league that you're in and the people on your team. So, but you can see I got Pierce over here. She's backing up Corbin, who was injured. That's why but Pierce can play all of these positions. Very useful. And you can see she's got the general stats where it's just a good average in basically everything. And she's only 22, so she can get better over time. The other person with this kind of general stat bonus is Kitching, who can play all over the field, anywhere. So Dale, on the other hand, can't really do that because her tackling is so bad, so she can only play up. But she can cross the ball. If we go to Dale, her left foot is reasonable. If Atkinson and Jones are tired or injured or whatever, throw Dale over there. It's fine. That's the only way she's going to get used and not poison the locker room if you put her on the field sometimes. If I'm up 3 goals or something, I might put, instead of Jones, I might throw Dale over there or over here or whatever. So, whatever. Anyways. So that's the tactic. And lack of natural fitness is reflected by lethargy, which is one of the 7 deadly sins. Being sloth, lethargy. So yeah, that's interesting. Is she one of the Wonder Kids? Maybe. I tried signing lots of Wonder... I have $1 million to spend, but nobody wanted to join me. They're all like, no. They won't sign with you until you're in the WSL, and even then, they want you to be in the top 3 or top 6 of the WSL. Competition expectations review. This is the team. We start in the 3rd round, and we start in the group stage, so... It's fine. I can't... There's no room for her here. I did put her out on loan and nobody picked her up. Alright, here goes the first game of the season. Do I want to make any changes here? I left off Murphy, a general dog's body, but she doesn't really play the position. She's an emergency backup, so she doesn't expect to play until somebody gets injured. And somebody will get injured, and she'll work her way onto the bench and then onto the field. Cordellino off on loan until I get a freaking work permit for her, and God hope I do, because she's a terrific right wing, and she's a wonder kid. But I have her for 4 years, and I think I have extensions on that. So I think I can keep her on for quite a while. Lambourne, of course. It's rare your goalie is injured in the game and can't finish the game. In any case, if you don't allow many shots on net, it doesn't really matter who you have in net. So, whatever. Okay, here we go. We beat a couple of lower level WSL teams in the friendlies. I don't know if this has any effect. I trust that it does. Otherwise, why would they put it here, right? I don't know about the tight marking. That allows them to pass. Oh, fuck you. I fucking hate that you can't just click this, or it doesn't default to this. Is there really only certain players am I not scared of who would replace her? This is an interesting formation. Let's just kill these people. This. And one thing that they like to do that I've seen advisable is to press the defense when the ball gets passed back to the defense. Is get on them really quickly, right? Because sometimes they foible with the ball or whatever, or make a bad pass because you're pressing them. So we'll give that a try. I want to win every match. Let's go. Only Priscilla, only the Wonder Kid, is impressed with that. Let's get rid of that. And this is how, yeah, they don't like my pre-game talk. Well, you're about to find out that I can encourage you into smiling. Although not if we score here, then they're all going to be annoyed. So that could bite me in the ass. This is looking dangerous. No. No, it's becoming less likely we're going to score by the second. Yeah, so hopefully before the corner kick, they all go smiley. Yes, okay, here we go. They'll just get a bunch of annoyed faces like, what are you encouraging us for? We just scored. So Brown took that down with her head. Kitching plays it up to Scar. It went through everybody. It's important to remember we have a striker playing on the right wing, so she can really put the ball in the net. And there's McInnes with her 16 finishing, making no mistake. And there's nothing you can say to them when you're up 1-0. Oh, I did score in one of the friendlies at the start of the season in 16 seconds. The opening face-off, or whatever they call it in football. It's been a long time since I actually played in a league that was, competitive, so I forget what we call that. But in hockey, it's a face-off, but then there's somebody else battling you for the puck. I don't know, whatever, anyways. I'll still call it a face-off. So that's one of the first times I've scored on the opening. I've been playing this game for a long time, so it's happened before, but there was a very bad. Oh, this is so bad. But Maloney is a pretty good keeper. So there we go. You can end the highlight now if you want, please. Yep, okay, good. We're taking it to them a little bit. Can't shout anything. They're kind of on top of us at the moment. Oh, Atkinson all the way open. Jesus Christ. They still got to tune this a little bit. They did a lot of tuning in the patch. Did she miss the net? I thought the goalie got a... I think I've told Atkinson not to shoot. She doesn't have a great long shot. I think McInnes and Priscilla are the only two that I've told to shoot more often. McInnes doesn't have a great long shot, but she does have 16 finishing, so whatever. Shoot as often as you want. Alright, unless somebody steals the ball here, this is going to be theirs. It's looking kind of dangerous. We don't have anyone over there that can head the ball. Okay, yeah. That side of the field is very weak to crosses. What? What the fuck? I didn't see what happened. They're never going to show us again. So, yay. Although if she saves it, I just ding myself. What a fucking crap. They will never show you what you did wrong. We don't have enough headers on the field. Next year we can play for that, but this year we're not good enough. We don't have Lavonga. She can't get a work permit. Aline, you can't get anymore. Priscilla, you can still get. And even Cordolino is very hit and miss. So good luck with your wonder kids that you can get at the start of your Sunderland save. Basically none. There's probably some I could buy. I don't know. But they'd have to be a really shit team to want to come to Sunderland, sorry to say. Yeah, this is terrible. So I'll be nice though. But what the fuck was that? Like, how many shots do we have on net? What the fuck was that pass? Yeah, we have 11 and 5. Like, we should have more than one goal. Our finishing is not up to snuff right now. Jesus Christ. There's no one there, though. Shit. Oh, fuck off. Oh, no. Fuck off. Oh, what a stupid goal. No help for Maloney. She did everything she could do to stop that ball. Brown is gasping for air even though I just took a whole week off of games. Jesus fucking Christ. This could be ours. It's a good idea. There was no one there for it. And then Priscilla got in front of with her 16 heading. She only has 10 jumping, but boy did she get in front of that and put the ball in the net. Very nice. Might make some more changes here. Westrip can come out for... Well, who needs help? Corbin needs help. So who's Corbin? Let's back up. That's... And then Westrip for Gilmore. Let's do that. Scar for Barry. And Kitching's not exactly lighting up the world right now. I think this is all I can do. Thank you, Roberts. Captain for a reason. And the Wonder Girl in this league anyways. What's she gonna do with the ball right now? She's gonna play it over to Priscilla. They make magic together. Go get Priscilla. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think they fixed the not being able to pause in the game thing as well. Nice play. And right off the face-off, we get another highlight. I'm not a fan of that. Okay. Unless she does something fucked up, we're okay here. I don't like Gilmore standing right beside her. Like, get open. Now our goalie has to do this, which sucks. But Atkinson takes down the return. This feels like a journey one though. Nice ball movement. Barry took that down well. She's offside, so whatever. Finn is angry. Or unhappy, one of the two. And there's nothing you can say. We should have won by more. This is like an egregiously big, like, look at this. This should be 4 or 5-2. And they kick the ball needlessly down the field. Can we get to it? No! Some weird fucking... Put her outside, put her outside, put her outside. Good pressure there, good pressure. Not that she couldn't have scored from there, but those two players pushing her to the outside. What the fuck? Did we... They got a hand on that? And Gray came down. Get the ball. Get the ball. That's something that the AI does. I don't recommend doing it yourself. But in like injury time or whatever, they'll put their goalie in the... because the goalie typically has good jumping reach. Don't score now. Jesus fucking Christ. We should have won this game. If they score now, this is total bullshit. Fucking hell. Is that a corner? No. God. Wow. That feels like we narrowly won when we should have won by quite a lot more. But, had to come back from 2-1 down. I have to tell him that, even though it was kind of a shit win. And we're in 4th right now, which is lovely. She's probably pretty happy, very happy. So there's no use talking to her. You can check before you go talk to somebody and potentially piss them off. But yeah, she got a couple goals there, which was lovely. And our calendar, we're looking at Charlton in just a few days, so I'll do this one. And then we have a bit of a break. I also got some training calendar from Mike's training calendar, and apparently this generates the most growth in your players and the most stats in your players. It shows up like this unless you modify it, and then it shows up as modified. And I only did September, I didn't do October one. So when you see this, it means it's the basic one in the game. And when it says modified, it's going to be the Mike's one. So we only have, one game a week there for a little while. It gets a bit sticky when we're in the League Cup and the FA Cup and whatnot, and it starts throwing games all over the place in here. Ellen Jones is injured, 3 to 7 days. That's not fantastic, so what I'm going to do here... no, I have other players. I have players I can put out on the left wing if Atkinson gets tired. And she did get tired in that last game. Oh, Pierce played for Charlton, I guess. Tendency to not fulfill her marking duties. Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, it looks like she's already back. Oh, not this. Why wasn't this person in the fitness thing? Means I can throw Murphy in here. Well, if Pierce is the backup, well, yeah, we'll do that so Pierce can start against her old team. And we'll just do a little savey here for no reason. We can see that most of our players are quite familiar with our tactic. They played a lot of games leading up to this. I don't know why McInnes and Kitching aren't. Partly because they're playing in not quite familiar positions, but they did play like 12 games. So they should be more familiar with this. But you can see Atkinson, Priscilla, like we have pretty good familiarity with our tactic. There's two versions of this tactic. An attacking one that changes to a shadow striker, and there's just a bit more emphasis on attack. It's very dangerous though. So we'll stick with this one, which has a stronger defense to it. And let's go. Do I have room on the... I don't have room in the... Yeah, why is it getting on me for having people outside? You can have 23 people or 25 people on your team. They can't all fit on the field at the same time. Looks like they're playing a... Oh, not the DCR. I'm not never... Going hard on them could be fun, but I'm not... That's not necessary. But triggering the press on all these people, like running at them when they have the ball, makes them make bad or errant passes. These ones we're gonna crush though. And then we'll tightly mark these. That can bite you in the ass sometimes, but... And let's go. Brown, thank you. What a steal. Excellent play. And now she's got people on the far side that cannot head the ball really. But she can sometimes head the ball. Okay. What a goal by Izzy. What a goal by Izzy. Brown stole that ball and did a deadly cross where even a short girl could get her head on it. Wonderful. Here's Izzy, plays it cross in, and we get another head on the ball. McInnes. She's not great at heading the ball, I don't think, but when you're that close to the net, how can you miss? Well, 11, it's not bad, and her jumping reach is 12, actually. She rolled pretty good stats this time. And Atkinson put a cross in, and let's see what happens. She just gets ahead of this taller person right beside her. So I can praise when you have 2 goals. Oh, a corner highlight. Let's see what happens here. We don't have really good headers yet. But we got ahead on that ball. It's just Whitehouse managed to grab the ball. So, yeah, we're really taking it to them. 6-4. This is going better than our last game. Only takes 1, though. We started with the ball here, so it's very likely we're going to lose it. Priscilla's very quick, and she's fantastic. Wonder Kid. Let's see what she does. There's not really anybody to pass the ball to in there. And Finn, don't shoot, you fucking bitch. She eternally misses the net. I can't wait to trade her. Well, she's not getting traded. She's just not going to be on the team anymore. And get somebody who can actually shoot the ball from there. Thank you very much. She's terrible. She's a great defensive midfielder. If you have midfield right here, she's not going to shoot the ball. She's going to hang back, but you don't have that in this tactic. So she creeps up to the 18-yard box and will take shots. But she sucks. Pierce got her head on that and put it out back to Atkinson. Pierce, if we win this game, you just played a big role in that. What a play. Here's McInnes. Plays it to Scar, who's a striker, but doesn't do the job there. Is this not over? Yeah, it is. Okay. Finn is unhappy with herself, probably. And she should be. There's no excuse for missing the net, really. When you're a professional footballer and you have time to place your shot, like she wasn't under pressure there. Like that. What were you trying to do there exactly, little lady? That was pretty bad. All right, we're really 11 shots, 6 on net to 1 shot that did not hit the net. They showed us that highlight. Everyone's in pretty good shape except Izzy, and we do have somebody that can fill in for her. So, I don't need to do that. Especially since Izzy might be off the field soon, and she's a big part of why you play it down the left. So they would have got a stern talking to at halftime so they'll come out with a bit more fire in their bellies. Does that count as a loss of possession? Is this our ball? Priscilla is notably absent from the attack group here. But Scar is available. Lots of people are available. Ouch. This is their ball? This is a journey one? Is that what I'm seeing here? Because Camacho is like way open. No, it's a nobody's ball. Okay, okay. We're at 60 minutes. It's kind of a magical moment. We're up by 2 goals. I'm going to make some changes. Brown is going to bring our captain on. I like to work from defense out because that's how you make the money. So we'll do that. Pierce can bring Corbin on. Corbin is technically better. Pierce has done her job. Finn can't really... Greenwood can take over for Finn. And then Scar down the right. Let's get Barry on. She's a bit more dynamic. And that's what we're going to do. Even though Atkinson's going to start sucking wind here pretty soon because she was the first one to go that route. But people that came on look annoyed that they're on the field. Maybe they're wondering why Atkinson wasn't taken off. Roberts gets her head on that and out to Priscilla. Got there. There's nobody with her. She's going to have to do some kind of world beater thing here. You better not have injured my player. Red card. And she doesn't look injured. So that's good. They're very unlikely to win now. They're missing somebody on the field. It's not saying you can't score when you're only down to 10. Wayne Gretzky historically would like his team to take penalties because it would mean there's fewer players on the ice and he could just do more of his thing. There we go. McInnes scores from Corbin. 16 finishing. You need to do that one there from there. Great ball by Atkinson. Corbin makes no mistake and puts it over to McInnes, who's able to pop it in the net. Atkinson's really hurting. I should have probably subbed her off in that group that I did. I don't mind if Charlton scores because, you know, she's pretty dramatic dive for the ball there. That was funny. It helps them not be tired. But there's like 5 minutes left or something, so fuck it. Just stay with what got you here. They have no shots on net. 2 shots at net. Yeah. That was a good win, that one. Dominant in defense. We won for Pierce. She did play 60 minutes. Yeah, why do they bring up other... Yep, she's an outstanding player. Let's throw a little fuel on the fire there. She's already really happy, so I'm not going to go talk to her. Where are we in the league now? Let's just do this. Let's take a quick look at our league position. We moved up to 2. That would be on goal differential, because we're +4 now, which is pretty nice. And just Durham. Remember, it's Birmingham City that is they're pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous. I abandoned my old formation not because it didn't work. It worked quite well. But I've been playing the same formation for 14 years or whenever the game first came out. I played Football Manager, I think its first iteration. Maybe not. If it's older than 14 years or whatever, then I didn't. But because it wasn't that long ago that I started. Well, that's a long time ago, I guess, but not really. So yeah, we're doing well. If I go through the calendar, and we look at what we did historically. So here we have 3-0 and 3-2. And then back here we lost to Villa, who is a WSL team. 2-1. Oh, why doesn't it take you back to the page you were on? Chelsea, which is a WSL team, 3-2. Brighton, which is a WSL team, 2-2, 3-3. Sorry, I was looking at Nottingham Forest, which is in our league, and that one was a letdown. We were up, I think, 2-0, and Glasgow City, we had an absolute shootout. I'm not sure how good they are. They're one of the best teams in the Scottish League, but I don't know if that's equivalent of the WSL, or maybe it's somewhere between the WSL and WSL2. West Ham is in the WSL, but they're the team that gets relegated typically from the WSL, or at least I think they're in the WSL too. No, in our season in the WSL, West Ham got relegated, so they're not a terrific team. We even scored 3 against Liverpool here. Beat the Rangers 5-2. Wrexham 5-2. Everton, which is again WSL team. And we beat Sheffield, beat Charlton. So I'm liking this tactic. It's probably even more effective than my tactic that I had. It certainly puts in more goals. It's more susceptible to counterattack than my tactic was. But it scores more than my tactic did, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. So anyways, that's it for this one. And so I'm using a mod to add the lower leagues into England. Not all of them. There's like 6 tiers, I think, for the women. 7 maybe. And this added the 4th tier, which has multiple leagues in it. And the 3rd tier has multiple leagues in it. And the 2nd tier only has 1 league in it. Like the WSL2 only has 1 league there, or 1 group there, and the WSL only has 1 group there. And then underneath it, the WSL2 There's a couple of groups in that league, and then in the league below it, fourth tier, there's like 4 groups in it, and so a lot of teams got added with this mod, and just got that from Steam Workshop. I'm hoping they'll put them in the game at some point officially. So right now I'm using a database for that, and I did make the change to give us a rich owner because Sunderland has a rich owner, a really rich owner, not Saudi, but like $4 million in the bank is not anything to him. Now he probably wants to see this balance out. I'm not entirely sure why the balance, like what are we spending money on? Like they expect the balance to just keep dropping. Somehow we were making a lot more money in like February than we are now. We made, like we did a lot of they're expecting our transfer budget to go down. Player wages, staff wages, match day, scouting, and this month has just started. We've made $6,000. Last month, player wages. Well, player wages are quite expensive. Really? Spending that much per month? Last month we made $368,000 because we played so many games. And then in August, so last month was August. And you're saying we spent more than that? We can bite into these projections. So last month we spent we made money last month. Then, because we made $368,000. And this month doesn't really count because we haven't made money yet. So you can bite into that projection by winning games in the FA Cup and the League Cup. So you can make your team a lot of money by playing all of these friendlies. The game against Chelsea was televised, and we made a couple $1,000 from that. But you know, that's a well-attended game. If we go to calendar fixtures and we click on a game, you can see how many people were there. 208. It's a friendly. But only 281 people came. 242. 278, 240. People don't care about the Rangers. Only 5 people made the journey from Scotland. 458. It's not a lot, but Glasgow. Chelsea makes us money. Yeah, okay. Quite a lot of money. I'll have to remember that. I'll play more games against Chelsea. And then this home game, 672. Maybe that's why there's money available, but I guess it's a build it and they will come. That number will consistently rise as we play well, going up the field, going up. But it's hard to imagine that this I fired my youth coach and went and hired somebody slightly better, because this goes into the youth facilities, the training facilities, and your club reputation and everything. So when this says average youth recruitment, a lot goes into that. So part of what we have to do is raise our reputation so that we can, and your youth recruitment level will go up with that as well. But 2,500 people, it's grass, not hybrid, owned by, not available. I don't know who owns it. Only 250 seats, which is not fantastic. And then standing room for the rest. And that's part of the problem with attendance. So if I go to club staff and we look at coaching team, head of youth development is what gets you the average. So if we go back to academy coaching, comes entirely from that guy, head of youth development, which is Franklin Davis. I hired him and replaced the old guy who was reasonable or something like that. And you can see this guy has, I think it's really just these three that go in with the so he's very good. I think there's excellent above very good, so I think he's down one step there and 2 steps there, so he's pretty good. You can't improve it. You have to hire somebody else here because he already has a Continental Pro license, which means he's at the highest you can get to. If you see somebody with these stats and they're not at Continental Pro, and maybe they're good here and good here or something like that, maybe they'll end up being better as you get them leveled up, because all this stuff kind of goes up as you increase your coaching level. I have sent Roberts on a coaching course because I want her to be a coach for my team, because she has he's also a perfectionist, which is pretty good. So he's much better than the guy you start with. So if you want good youth intake, which you want because new wonder kids come into the game and you hopefully want some of them to show up on your team, you need a really good guy here. And I'm always going to go every July 1st, I'm going to go look and see if I can hire someone even better than that guy, because it's that important. And I got a good set piece coach, a decent one, better than what I had none. So on July 1st, don't forget to search for your staff in addition to the free agents. But really the only two you have to worry about are Carlino, but if she doesn't get a work permit consistently, you can loan her out and make money off her by transferring her later. So go ahead and do it just for money. She would be a great player for you. She's a wonder kid. Loan her out until her value gets to somewhere you're comfortable selling her, and then put her up for transfer if she can't get a work permit. If she can get a work permit, have her on your team. If not, loan her out and sell her eventually. Priscilla's on our team to sell. There's better players than Priscilla that we'll be able to get if we do well in the WSL. And even when we get to the WSL, I think there's probably one or two good players I can get there that will push her up off the line. And in January, if I can sell Scar, there's somebody else, Fiona Berry, that I like to play on that wing. And she might be willing to come to us in January. So we'll see. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and everything. Sorry for starting over, but the big patch, it changed a lot. You can't get a lien anymore. Clara doesn't get a work permit anymore. She used to consistently get a work permit, like 80% of the time. And she just can't now. I do want to check something, though. NAL doesn't quite move the needle the way she did last time I had her in the heading department. You can see this Eva. Would she get... She's injured for... Well, that's not that long. Her finishing is terrible, but she's a defensive dynamo in the middle. She wouldn't come to me. Let's... Yeah. Not till we're in the WSL. She's playing for Paris Saint-Germain, which is... The French Premier League is quite a bit higher than the WSL too. But yeah, she's amazing. How tall is she? 180. Yeah, she's gonna head in balls on corner kicks and stuff. Is she aggressive? Yes. I want her on my team. I'll try and get her next year. I can afford her. But Clara, where are you here, Clara? I think we'll go by transfer value because she doesn't cost much. I probably just scrolled by her. Clara. Really? You're gonna do this to me? There's that many Claras in the world? This is how I always found her before. Did somebody pick her up? I didn't notice her name. Oh, here she is. She rolled kind of poor heading in this one. Okay, and chat. Yeah, we won't go pick her up. But she can't get a work permit. Even though she would love to play for your team, she's better than Priscilla. So keep her in mind, particularly if you're playing somewhere other than crappy England when left Brexit. I'm not saying she would necessarily get one in the EU. But whatever nation you're playing with, they add more and more nations to the game as we get closer to the World Cup. I don't know if they're going to do that for the women. I don't know. In any case, wherever you can try and get her, see if she can get a work permit, because she's a fantastic young player. You can see she's tall, has decent jumping. You might have to work on her heading. Just get her to work on aerial and training. So, anyways, that was a bit of an aside. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Bye.